mean, is it just you and her and like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath? What's your living setup?
So I have 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. It's a brand new house, 2,600 square feet. I have my bedroom.
Is it 1 story or 2 stories?
It's 2 stories. I don't.
And where's your bedroom?
My bedroom is downstairs.
Okay. Where's she gonna be?
Upstairs, her bedroom, but
Okay.
I don't want the dogs on my carpet. And I have blocked off my kitchen and dining room from my living room, any carpeted area from my dogs, especially since I have a doggy door and a backyard now. And it's just that my house is brand new and my carpet is really light colored, and I don't want this Georgia clay staining everything. And with as strong as her dogs are, I don't want them ripping and running through my house with that mud on their feet. I just don't want,
Okay.
them.
So do you have hardwood floors downstairs, I take it?
No, I have tile.
Okay. All right. So you said you have a garage, you have an outdoor kennel, you have a fenced yard.
Yes.
Where are your dogs most of the time?
Most of the time they are inside, just lounging around on the couch. But since I started this new blocking off the carpet from the tile, they have their own setup in the kitchen. They've got a crate of beds.
Do the big dogs have to go past that to get to the fenced yard?
Past what?
The kitchen and your dogs.
The kitchen, the back door is in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
So the best case scenario, here's what we tell people when we adopt a dog. It takes them a good probably 4 to 6 weeks to decompress. And these dogs are going to take more like 3 months to decompress because of everything that's going on. And they're going to be, pretty reactive to noises. And she has to come down the stairs. What I tell people is keep the original dogs in the original space like it is, and keep the new ones almost as they were boarding at your house, like a paying client, okay? So you kind of want to wrap your brain around your dogs having their own space. Now, the problem with that is, those dogs aren't just visiting, obviously, and the other problem is they're really going to have to go past your dogs to get anywhere. So I don't know how feasible it's going to be for her to walk those dogs down the stairs and,
I don't want them upstairs.
Right, you don't want them upstairs at all because of the carpet.
Right.
So she's going to have to set up somewhere downstairs for those big dogs.
Okay.
Now, will they just stay in the fence?
She said they've never tried to jump over the baby gate at her old house.
I keep turning my volume up, but I'm not hearing you really good.
I said, she said they've never tried to jump over the baby gate at her old house. So I think they understand that they're not supposed to cross a certain, that barrier.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to do some segregation at first and let them get used to each other gradually. And when you do any kind of interactions to where you're going to let them be in the same space, you almost have to have muzzles on the Rottweilers. Just a basket muzzle. Just have it on hand and get them used to it, like smear the inside of it with peanut butter.
Okay.
So that way when you feel like you're ready, and I'd give them, somehow, some way, I would find a way to rotate them out for a couple months. And it's going to be hard to do with your setup.
Okay.
It's going to be real hard to do. But a lot of segregation in the beginning goes a really long way.
Okay.
Because what a lot of people do is they throw them together and just they play nice. And the dogs really need their bubble for a while.
Okay.
And, it's just going to be it's going to be a management issue more than a training issue right now. It's going to be segregation, rotating them out, making sure that, if your dogs have outside time in the yard, everybody knows that the Rotties are like in their crates inside. And then, your dogs come in, they go in the laundry room or crates or wherever, and then you let the Rotties go out and have their time outside. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's hard to tell you because I'm not there, okay?
Right.
I'm going to give you the best advice I can.
Right.
And you're going to have to take it with a handful of salt because I'm not there witnessing any of this. And you're going to maybe have to pick and choose what you do.
Okay.
But like I said, what I can tell you is segregation and them having enough space and time, through barriers to, if they choose to come up and greet each other, they can. But if they want to get away, they have that space to get away. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Protect the bubble.
All
of them are about that bubble.
Can we put them all in 4 crates in the same room or no?
Well, I would do some segregation again. I wouldn't. I would try to keep them separate to where, because you've got these other dogs that are coming in, and you just don't know kind of where their head's at.
Right.
And it's really better for them to have like a nice, quiet, separate space to where they don't have the stress of any kind of having to figure out a social hierarchy right now.
Okay.
Treat them as boarders, as if somebody was paying you and you were taking care of their dogs for money.
Okay.
So it has to be a very controlled environment.
Okay.
And when it comes to the Rottweilers, what I'll tell you is a lot of these dogs that came from abuse cases, a lot of the owners, they reinforce that timidness, that scaredness. So what you need to tell your sister is, try not to coddle them. Because if they're being insecure, the worst thing you can do is give them pet love, affection, attention while they're in that scared state.
Okay.
Because if a child comes to us and we coddle them and pick them up and kiss their boo-boo, that's what we do, and then they go out and they play. But when a dog comes to us like that and we give them positive reinforcement for a negative behavior, because in dog world it is a negative thing for them to be insecure.
Yeah.
If we give them positive reinforcement for that negative behavior, what we're going to end up with is dogs that are getting their fears reinforced.
Okay.
We're actually telling them that it's okay to be insecure, and we don't want to do that.
Okay.
What we want to do is build confidence.
Yes.
So don't reinforce that, and that'll help them get through this a lot faster. And it sounds awful. It really does. But you just have to be careful with that, because you can actually make, a fear-reactive dog more fearful.
Okay.
By trying to coddle them. And I'm not saying be completely mean to them. I'm just saying, in that moment, it's almost sad to say that you don't want to reassure them.
Okay.
But you don't want to really, you kind of wait until they get out of it a minute, and then you give them that attention. Or you can distract them and go get a treat or do this or do that, to kind of snap them out of it.
Right.
But, and everything in dog language, everything in their world, if they do something and you want them to do that, then it's a yes. You can give them, a look, a pet, a touch.
Right.
If it's a no, then you want to kind of give them the cold shoulder treatment,
Okay.
So I just don't know how you're going to set it up, but you're almost going to have crates for everybody.
We do.
And, and rotate them out for a while.
Okay.
And then have barriers in place to where they can safely kind of get used to each other but not be together. And then you might have to utilize basket muzzles for the bigger dogs.
Okay.
And that way you're not so paranoid about it,
Yeah.
And if the fight ever happens, you need to pull back legs. Don't ever reach for their collars.
Okay.
Pull their back legs and go backwards as fast as you can.
Okay. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, and I would also go get an air horn. I'm not into negative reinforcement, but I would just go grab an air horn, so if something really gets out of control, you can blast it, and
Okay.
everybody will probably turn loose.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. And what happens if there is blood drawn? Is that the end of our relationship together?
Oh, you just don't know. They may be okay, they may not be okay, but again, if you're segregated, controlled, you have a maintenance schedule, everybody's being rotated out, that first couple of weeks is going to really help everybody.
Okay.
And just make sure that they're not getting too tense about something, and don't have them on leash for interactions, because if you have a tight leash,
Yeah, we
that
get
sends
that.
tension down the line.
Yeah, okay.
They're almost better off leash, but what you can do sometimes is leave the leash dragging on them to where you can step on it and get control if you need to.
Right.
Um,
So how long before we
little
introduce them?
At least a month or two. Give it time. Give it as much time as you can. The more time you have, the more successful you will probably be.
Okay, good.
And it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Okay. We are both very dedicated to making this work.
I mean, I hate it, but it's almost easier if your dogs could be upstairs and then you could be upstairs and she could be downstairs for a bit. I mean, honestly, that would be the lazy way to do it.
Right, but they need to get out to go potty.
It is what it is. Yeah.
And they're going to have to run up and down. I just don't want my house to smell like dog. And since I've been putting my dogs on the tile, it's been smelling a lot better in my brand new house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, the first thing I did in my house is ripped up all my carpet. Because I knew there was no way it would ever be possible. Because I'm always going to have multiple dogs. Because I'm a trainer, I'm a vet tech, and I had a no-kill shelter,
Right.
Things end up here that whether I like it or not, it happens. Yeah. And the rule around the farm is get along or get gone,
Yeah.
And it is what it is. If somebody doesn't fit, it you may have to rehome. I don't know. But, the biggest fear is they all gang up on the little one, so you got to watch that.
Right.
But for now, just let everybody have their space and let everybody have time to adjust and rotate everybody out. And don't, if one dog's on a leash and you're going past a crate, you don't need to let that dog get into an FUFU with that other dog,
Okay.
You need to kind of wait, you need to watch them. And if it looks like that's going to happen, move away. Always move away. Move away. Give them space, 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 space.
Okay.
Every dog has its own threshold.
Yeah.
And you never know what that threshold is. And when you do dog training in general, the first thing you do is do it somewhere under no distraction. Then you work your way up to the distraction. Then you work your way under distraction.
Okay.
So, the more space they have, don't push them past that threshold.
Very good.
That's the biggest mistake people make, is they just throw them all in together and they think everything's going to be okay. And, some dogs it may be okay, but some dogs it may be bad. The best thing to do is, the segregation, give them time to decompress, give them time to, get used to each other's smell and presence without having to worry about infiltrating that bubble.
Okay.
They don't need to make those decisions right now. They don't need to make that hierarchy,
Right.
They don't need to make that social structure for a while.
Right.
And then when you do introduce them, like I said, have some basket muzzles, do some work to where they're licking the peanut butter off, and it goes on, and then it comes right back off.
Okay.
So when it's time that you think that you're just going to throw caution to the wind and let everybody roll, then you've got those basket muzzles on your big ones, and, they can play nicely like that and have several sessions like that. You know what I'm saying? Before you completely integrate them. But just slow.
Okay. Can I take the 2 Rottweilers to the dog park?
No, don't do that yet.
Okay.
They've got so much that they've been going through.
Okay.
And they've got so much to process.
Okay.
That, give them a good couple of weeks to settle in before you even think about that.
Okay.
Because the dog park is very overwhelming.
Yeah.
There's so many smells and so many sounds and so many distractions and so much stimulus.
Yeah.
And these dogs have been through abuse. Which, when you have a dog that's been through things like that, they're, what is it called? In their brain, I don't know if it's their adrenaline. Their levels get really high, and it takes a while for them to come down, and it's a physiological thing.
Mm-hmm.
When they're under stress. So really I think it's their serotonin. You can look it up. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
But their levels actually come up to the point to where it takes a while for them to come back down.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just having to process so much right now. I think you're just kind of throwing fire on some, throwing some damn lighter fluid on a fire.
Sure. Okay.
And I think you just need to keep the KISS rule, keep it simple right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either dopamine, serotonin, or cortisol. Some levels in their brain, when they go through extreme amounts of stress, it gets sky high. And it takes a while for that to come back down after they've been through, traumatic event after traumatic event.
Okay. We'll be patient.
Everybody just needs to chill.
Okay.
Until about midsummer.
Okay.
And then you can think about making progress.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking this time with me. We are going to be as diligent and purposeful as we possibly can.
Yeah, and I'm sorry you're so far away. I just really, and I've tried to do video stuff before, but the reality is, unless I'm there in the thick of it, it's really hard for me to gauge things. And it's just, I don't think it's an effective way for...
You don't have any friends or connections down my way?
I really don't. Most of the programs out there are board and train. And their solution to everything is put a stem collar on it. And I just don't work like that.
No.
Yeah. They'll tell you they don't. They just use the vibrator, whatever. I don't care what you say.
No.
If you've already got a dog that's been under stress and abuse and you put a collar on it and all of a sudden they get the hand of God that hits them every once in a while for whatever reason, they have no idea.
Right.
It makes that dog really stressed.
Right.
And it's just not fair.
It's not fair.
Really, the biggest thing you can do is set you up a good little schedule where everybody knows at 10 o'clock the Rotties are in the yard, at 12 o'clock the little dog's in the yard with your dog. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect.
And have, if you've got a poster on the refrigerator, whatever.
Okay.
And it's going to be a lot of maintenance and a lot of leash walks, and a lot of crating and a lot of rotating out. But I will tell you, keep their schedule on schedule. Like, your dogs need to go potty at 8, 12, and 6. So her dogs need to go potty at 10, 2, and 8.
Okay.
Keep it, the more rigid schedule you can keep, the better it's going to be for the dogs. They like a schedule. They like routine. They like predictability.
Okay, very good.
And then, you're going to have to be careful with high-value stuff around them, too.
Yeah, we were already prepared for that because we don't leave food out, so they're always kind of hungry. So we definitely don't want to have...
And you can look up some mental stimulation stuff. Look up some canine enrichment groups on Facebook.
Okay.
I think that would be a very good tool for you, too, because they're going to be under lockdown a lot. And mental stimulation is actually going to be a lot more effective for them than physical exercise.
Okay.
And if she can't handle them real good on a leash, then she needs to either get them used to a head halter or get them used to a no-pull harness, Okay.
Yay, I'm excited. We have a lot to do.
Yeah, you got a lot to do, but make your schedule up, make your plan up, make sure everybody is rotated out, and make sure, everybody's got, like you can put the Rotties in their crate in the laundry room and close the door to where everybody knows if that door's shut, those dogs are secure. You can let the other ones, make sure the right hand knows what the left hand is doing at all times.
Right.
And they, like I said, they can get used to each other's smell gradually. They can get used to the schedule. They can get used to the new setup because, dogs don't see the world like we do. We are very visual. What we see in front of us is what we deal with. With dogs, they can lose their sight, and it's not a big deal because their world really is their number one sense of smell. Because they can smell, 10,000 times better than we do or something.
How fast can a dog smell something?
Really fast and from far away, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You look it up. They smell something ridiculous, like 10,000 times more than we do. It's really crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like whenever I have a dog that won't eat and is, under the weather, the first thing I do is go get the garlic powder.
Really?
Because even if they can't smell, boy, they're going to smell that garlic. And they'll usually eat. But if a dog can't smell, it won't eat. If it can't smell, it will not go for that food.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how strong. Yeah, well, think about it. Unless you move the furniture, a blind dog can get around just fine. It ain't nothing to him.
Okay. I see.
His world, how he interprets his world and how he reads most of his stuff is by smell. And that's another reason I really don't want him at the dog park right now.
Okay. You're right.
You're just going to be flooding them with information.
Yeah.
For us, it's like reading the newspaper.
Right.
And it would be best if she took her dogs to a certain spot to potty and you took your dogs to a certain spot to potty. More of a pain in the ass, but it would help them not claim territory.
Nice. Okay.
They'll just want to get to their spots.
Right. Okay. Very good.
And you just go there and be a tree, and the spot is the spot is the spot.
Okay.
And you'll see how fast they'll go to the bathroom. If they're leashed, go to the same spot. You let it build up a little bit. Don't pick it up. And they'll want to go to their own spot.
Okay. Very good.
So,
I like it. Okay.
And, if you need some help, I'm not saying any of this is going to work, but I can tell you going slow is going to be your friend.
Okay.
And
we
keep
will.
things simple. Keep their world simple. Keep the schedule on point.
Very good.
You can do it. And basket muzzles, get them used to them. So when time comes, they've been desensitized, and it's not a big deal for them to wear it.
Right.
And the easiest way to do it, smear peanut butter on the inside.
Yeah.
You put it up over their nose, let them lick it off. Maybe do the clip once, undo it, and take it off.
Okay.
That way, when you go to put it on them, it's really not that big of a deal.
Okay.
They've had so much positive reinforcement with it.
Very good.
It's not seen as a negative thing for them.
And they won't
and it's
result.
a very safe way to, intro them later.
Okay. I was going to ask if that is encouraging them to use different parts or strength to hurt. Like if they wanted to attack and they have a muzzle on.
Well, how else are they going to hurt each other?
I don't know. Pin them down. I don't know.
That doesn't really hurt them.
Okay. Okay.
But, they really don't inflict a whole lot of damage with their claws and their body. It's their teeth.
Okay.
So the basket muzzle to me is imperative because that's going to save you a vet bill.
Right. Exactly.
Or y'all getting bit.
Right.
And they're not foolproof, but try to find the good ones. They've got leather straps, and then they've got a metal basket. Look on Amazon.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kate.
Okay, well, do me a favor. Go and write a review somewhere online.
I will. Where do you like it?
Because that really helps. Really, really does.
Where do you like it? Facebook or?
You can just Google dog training Diva.
Okay. I do Google.
Yep, and anywhere and everywhere you see it, you can just say, Kate is great, blah, blah. The problem with reviews now is if you don't have any super current ones, they start dropping off. So I'll have like 50 reviews, and it looks like I have one.
Oh, I did not know that.
I didn't either. Yelp taught me that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll go and do that for
Yeah,
you.
that's crazy. Because, like, right now, I think there's one on Yelp. And like I said, just Google it, and anywhere, whatever time you got. Girl, I don't care how many you write. The more the better. But you write one, hey, I'm happy. It's worth to sit here and talk to you.
Very
But,
good.
I just don't want y'all to get hurt. And I wish you were closer, but it's just not realistic, for me to charge you $400 damn dollars
Yeah.
to drive. Because, I'm going to have almost 6 hours in drive time.
Right.
With traffic going back and forth, and then the 2 hours there, so that's an 8-hour day,
Yeah, exactly.
So I wish I had, if I had somebody to visit or something to do, maybe I could set it up later or something, but you kind of need help now, today.
Yeah.
And I really just can't get there now, today, I got a family and a farm, and I've got to wear eye conditioner and drive at night, so I can't risk getting stuck somewhere that I can't get home and can't see to drive.
Very good. Understandable. Well, we'll get to work.
Okay. Let me know if you get stuck. Canine enrichment groups, a good schedule, segregation, assigned potty spots.
Okay.
Text me if you get stuck or if you forget something.
Okay. Thanks so much.
All right. Okay, I'm going to get in the shower.
Okay. Bye-bye, Kate.
Okay, thanks. Bye.